G'day, it's a new week, so we're going to have a look at another weekly challenge. This one is Rio de Janeiro, and let's have a look at what we've got. So we are starting with one of everything. We get double the amount of roundabouts awarded, and we only get one choice each week. Okay, so let's get straight into it. A little bit of everything to work with, but probably don't need anything just yet. Let's just chuck that roundabout in there for now. Actually, I might move that one square closer. A bit more in the middle. Rude. Okay, so let's up those guys a little bit to arc him up that way. Get him connected. Obviously, I'm going to do my normal sort of separation plan. We'll just angle him because there's no point in having him make that extra turn. Actually, now that I've adjusted that, I can just make that a straight line too. So I guess we are going to get a lot of roundabouts as they come out, so we do want to be aware of that. And I guess in our lines, we want to sort of just start using roundabouts as much as we can. So when we do get them, we'll have plenty. There's really too much I can do with these guys. I was reading, someone wrote a comment on one of my videos saying that roundabouts are the way to reduce congestion because the parking lot gets so congested on the warehouses. Just been thinking about that and what that means for the way that I approach this. So does that mean that I'm putting the roundabout up here? Alright, let's just make an adjustment here. We'll leave him with one. We'll get the guy who's a little bit further away. He can have two for now, but I'd say this guy can probably survive with just that one. There we go, he can have two. Sound like those who get really high scores, roundabouts are the key to achieving that. The sense I'm starting to get. Yeah, not getting a say in what we get is going to definitely impact the degree of difficulty here, I'd say. So far we've had some pretty nice little layouts here. No one's having to travel that far to get to their house. I mean, obviously, with the exception of maybe this guy because his houses are so super close. These guys probably won't be able to last on just two houses. We'll have him there, but I mean, he's really just back up those two guys a bit closer, so they'll do the heavy lifting on that one. I might try and sneak a roundabout in there, actually. I'll just connect him like that. Now we'll take him for that one, so both of them can have someone who's really close. We'll, I guess we'll get these houses all connected to this guy. It just sort of gives us the option to run them further along. That he can come down like that. But, and again, at this stage, we'll just wait to see what the demand is, I suppose. Might keep that road out of here, just in case another yellow house appears in that area. Because I think that one house will sustain that for at least until that becomes a skyscraper. We'll let it... yeah, let it have that free space around it to hopefully get a second house really close to it. And I mean, it's very wishful thinking there, but you know, sometimes miracles happen. That is not one of them. So these two guys here are our biggest little hub. Alright, he can't go over the mountains, so let's shift him back to this one. We'll go to where we need that to be. See if we can get anywhere through. Okay, so then we'll reverse the question and we'll say, alright, if we're going from here, after that, if we're going from here, how close can we get? Close enough. Could connect him if we use the tunnel. We've only got 2 tunnels at the moment, and we've got 4 houses already attached to him, so I don't think there's any urgency on that. We could turn this guy around, though, and connect him to this highway. Give this guy a little bit more support, but hopefully we just get another purple house up the top there. Now we might just go the most direct route for these guys, which will be straight through the rock. Got to be careful too that with this motorway here, that it could block my sight on both of these warehouses, and they're definitely both on watch because I am still just operating with one house for both. Just keep watching what's happening down here, because potentially we can move this guy to join this higher road as well. Let's get red connected. Pause for a second because this is one of those situations where potentially even just the amount of time it takes for the level to load, so the amount of time it takes for me to build that, we could get a red house sort of in that top line and make what we just did a lot more tricky. Okay, let's just pause for a second. Move him out of the way. Whoop. We'll get this guy to run around the top here. We'll move him over there. Again, that's not really the work of one house, how far he's having to travel. But what we'll work with for now. Separate these two guys out. Gonna be able to sneak past there, so we'll just make that tighter along the top. Then move him down there. Run out of roads, so let's just change our mind on that for now. It's a more convenient house for those guys. Let's build around. We'll just think on whether we want to move around the outside of this red house. These two guys are still doing a fine job with how close they are. This whole community isn't needed anymore because of how big this set of houses has become. we could do is we could try and connect this set of houses to here, and then give these 4 houses to him. The only thing that makes me reluctant to do that is that the this guy doesn't even need the second house at the moment. So what I actually might do is I'll move him off that road. Move him a bit more direct down so there's not a 4-way intersection there. And what that would do as well, really tricky connection we've got to make there. We do have motorways. So what we'll do is we'll disconnect these guys. We'll build a path straight up. And we'll get these 3 guys. Take a motorway from there down to here. That gives 3 houses to this 1, 2, so it's sort of an even split. I do have excess tunnels. What we can do is just get a few extra guys connected for him. Do have a motorway still, but we can get around the back to this guy. I might hold on to the motorway for now. Disconnect these 2 guys. And we'll just send them around the top. It's a bit of a long journey, but work with it for now. We're definitely due a few more yellow houses, it feels. Since we have, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses for 4 factories. More greenhouses showing up here too. Okay. Now, we're going to have to make an adjustment here, I would say. So let's pull that out. We'll turn these guys in. Keep it that way, and then have this guy. Yeah. Set these guys around the top. Yeah. As soon as I move it, they put more houses even further beyond that line. They know what they're doing. We'll just leave those reds north of it for now. We don't really need them. We've got plenty of red houses for the 2 so far. We'll give this guy to top. Now he's gone cylinder as well. This is definitely problematic. So I'd say what we could do is we will see if we can get these guys to connect through. Hardest thing about drawing a diagonal road through tunnels, if you make a mistake, you've got to delete the whole thing and start again. Okay, so we'll pause there, and we'll continue all the way through. Damn, I made a mistake. Alright. Okay. Now we don't want it to go through the roundabout, but it's going to have to just clip the side of it, which I think is hopefully okay. We'll pull these 2 guys down this way. I'll see if we can get him to connect there so that guy can have an extra one. Now I just want to keep an eye on that roundabout. I just want to make sure that these guys aren't actually impacting what's happening in that roundabout. Looks like they might be alright. Let's get this guy connected. A lot of red houses. Yeah, this guy isn't doing too great. I don't think. Sort of too much distance there. We do have a motorway, so I could sort of shorten that gap. I'll hold on to it for now. We do have a bridge. So these guys here actually now become the closer destination for him. Means we can get rid of that. And then good news red. I'll join up. Now that is certainly one that if I had a roundabout, I would want to put that right in here. I mean, I'm not even sure he really needs that many guys. You can see that they're basically there. They're just... Alright. So let's now make a split for guys that can address that. So we want... I'm going to say 4. If we go this way, we can take these 5. Definitely one suggestion that's been given to me a few times is that when you're building a motorway, you want the motorway pointing in the direction that they're traveling so they don't have to turn around. It's what I'm doing there. Okay. And motorway there. Now they are going to be turning around at that point there, but no really red communities down here that I can do that the right way. Okay. So these 3 houses, we'll make it 4 houses. I'll keep it as 3, I think. So I'd say they're more likely to get... No, he's just gone. Okay, so what we can do now is we can actually split this. So we've got... I'll wait for that to go away before I can do anything with it. Waiting. There we go. Okay, so he can take through there, and then these 3 houses. Connect through there. We can get rid of that motorway. These guys can rejoin down here. Okay, now we're getting a healthy little yellow community up here. These guys will be who we want to not lose all this real estate in the middle. Give them the ability to join to both of these houses. I won't connect them yet though, because I do want both those houses just continuing to do the work while they are sort of managing it. I just want to reserve the space, essentially. Now, that's a nice little house there, but I can't get him across because of this here. Strange little spot for a red house down there. Give him to the other side since we've gained so many houses on this side. Yeah, one thing I should have done is blocked a bit better up here. So I mean, say for example, I can do this to get him involved. Let's think about this for a moment. If I took these guys off that duty, I could send them down here. And I could allow these yellow houses to get to him. I think that's a worthwhile move. It's going to shorten up two different lines activity, and we can just use... actually, I think they've got more tunnels than I do bridges, so we'll get rid of that guy off this connection too. So, swing him around. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I have another tunnel I do. Cool. Alright, so then this guy... Oh, gotta wait for that road to be returned to us. Just give it a second. Okay, so with that bumping up, we'll give him another house. There we go, so we're starting to get our road back. Give him that way. Run these guys up here. And then what we can do is we can let this guy help out over here. Let him connect in there. Okay. So now we've got this second guy over here. We do have a motorway. So I think what we'll want to do is just take advantage of that motorway. We'll get these 4 houses. Take care of him. Now, because they're further away. Have I not connected anyone back to that? Probably a problem. Get those green guys going now. I'm about to cause a mass congestion because of that. Don't have a motorway. Drop that yellow off this setup. And I have a tunnel. Don't have a tunnel, but I could get a tunnel. I couldn't connect these two guys together to send them up through there anyway. So they'd both have to connect onto the tunnel, which you can't do. So it would mean that for now I have to build a line through here. Or, instead what we'll do is we'll get rid of that one. Keep an eye on him. So this guy has way too many guys attached to him. So what we might do is break that off, send him that way, and send this guy down. Oh, do we want him to join them? Okay, we'll get them joined. We'll just wait for this to disappear. We'll connect that across there. Because we don't want to add problems to this yellow as well, since he's already going to fail. In fact, what we can do, I'm sure will appear in comments if I didn't do it. Connect this guy down there. Yeah. To do that, what we can do is get rid of that road, so we've got sufficient road back. And then we can probably cut these guys off from dealing with it, because they might be enough. Okay, finally get roundabouts, and it's probably way too late to use them at all. Possibly here. Chuck that in. We still don't have that motorway back yet. These guys have taken their time. So for a brief moment, we will draw a line across there. And we'll connect these guys just so that they go and take care of it while it needs taken care of. Okay, we've got our motorway back. We'll disconnect these guys. We'll put that there. I hate doing that. Don't know what it is about. Sometimes I'm just not grabbing it. Great. Probably don't even need that. These yellows going over here anymore. So I'll join green guy or two down here that can go and help out. There's plenty up there, and they're just taking care of him. So let's just swing this around this way to give them that choice. Now I think that what we're going to need to do is give this guy a little bit of support for the moment, because he's taking care of two guys and does not have the capacity to handle it. That guy off that road. Good, that's exactly what we need. So what we can do now is get rid of that roundabout again. Oh, I suppose let's leave that roundabout in there. And then what we'll do is we'll just connect this guy to this hub over there. Hopefully they can get there in time. At least some of the cars from down here were still addressing it, so it might not fail. They might get there just in the nick of time. It's looking a bit better. These guys need to sort of figure their thing out. I won't take him off them just yet. There we go, that's looking a lot nicer. And none of these houses are doing anything at the moment. We can get rid of this road if need be. Now, I certainly didn't mean to have these two guys connected. I think that was made when I had my highway drag. Put that there for a second. We'll just adjust this road slightly. hopefully smooth this out because they are travelling a fair way to get to him. I can't really correct that with the motorway I've got because they're behind the mountain. Oh, we should definitely connect this red house there though. A few more roundabouts, just trying to have a look to see if we can gauge who is gonna... So currently is connected to the wrong line. That guy's causing a little bit of congestion on his own. Point him up too, to try and just, yeah, make that a bit smoother. Okay, so it's probably about time we gave a guy back that way. Now we probably need to consider what we've got going on here. I have blue houses for days up here. What we might do is the motorway here. And it can look after this guy. Then we can knock this all out. Have these guys turn around and connect to this guy. Actually, what we might do is, since we've got the extra bridge, we'll wait for this bridge to disappear. Green again are sort of getting a bit rocky. It's a nice little addition there. And you can see it's up here. So, what I might do is that. Cool. This also solves my problem. What I wanted to do was build... want him out of the way. For that turn, let's just go straight up this way. Try and get a bit of slack off this corner. Might have deleted that bridge, so let's put that back as well. Okay. Now, what we can do as well, now that we've gotten that other bridge back, is we will use it as well. So we don't need to tilt it, we can just have it go straight through. So these three guys can just meet them on the other side of the bridge. More of a direct route. Get this guy to connect. And we can get rid of that tunnel. Alright, now this guy is so buried under highways, it's actually pretty tricky to see what his problem is. And it looks like it's just that he's only got 4 houses attached. So, what can we do to correct that? Got these houses down here. Now, what we can do is we can probably shift this to here and then connect these stuck to the edge. Those 2 houses to him. I reckon they actually might be able to cover him since this guy's still operating on 2 houses only. Did I move it to the wrong one? I did. It's meant to be that one, sorry. That is a problem because these guys are now going to immediately delay this. So let's just join a connection there. Try and get these guys some help just quickly before that that highway moves. And as soon as it moves, which definitely is going to be a little bit worse for a moment as these guys all pull through. Great. We can get rid of that again. I hope that we haven't done too much damage with this this quick shift. You can see a lot of guys coming in there at the moment, causing plenty of congestion. Certainly not ideal. So what we might do is we'll cut these guys off completely. We'll let the highway take care of them, and what we can do is we can just shift a few of those guys back around the other way. And let's see what's going on here. Let's let them connect in here. Give this guy the assist of these houses that are slightly closer than the ones that are feeding him already. Now again, it'll just take a little time to actually see that connection. Cool. Just take a little while for that connection to stop having that problem. Starting to smooth out a little bit now, I'd say. This guy here is now a problem, so what we'll do is we'll tell these yellow houses not to stress about this guy. Oh no, they might have to stress about him actually. Let's try and sneak him through there. These yellow houses aren't going to do anything to slow him down, I guess. Bummer we can't get that guy around. Connect him that way, and then we'll give this guy that way. So he ends up with the same amount of houses he already had. Just connect him there so there's not a 4-way connection on that guy. It's starting to fall apart all over the map here, but we are putting up a pretty nice score. And fingers crossed we can ride this to 6,000, because I've never hit 6,000 before, so it's pretty neat to get there. So this guy here is about to fall apart, so let's just see if we can give him a quick assist. Anyone nearby want to get in there and hold us up, because every second counts if I want to get my... Nah, just missed 6,000. Bummer. Alright. 5996. There we go. Now, one request that people have made is after I finish a level like that, if I can chuck up the statistics. So there we go. 26th overall. Not too bad. Envious of these guys that did just lick that 6,000. There you go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Till next time, catch you later. See ya.